You know, I saw something absolutely outrageous when I was browsing the good old Reddit looking for some good old content, as you know, for my good old peoples. Okay, I'm going to stop saying that. But yes, I found something that was just outrageous to me, and I don't really fully understand how the real world works or how I would react in this situation because I feel like if I was in this man's situation, I'd have a murder on my hands. And from my perspective, it's quite justified. Just take a look at what this guy's ex girlfriend does to his house. And just when you're watching this, I want you to think about what you would do in this situation. Because God knows that He will never put me in this situation because only He knows the amount of damage I'm prepared to do to a person that does this to me.
Friend destroy his home after they break up.
Why don't we just talk about all the good stuff we had like we used to?
You must have the patience of Master Oogway himself if you did not throw hands with that woman. I don't see how anyone with reasonable sense could watch this video and not feel the urge to just sock a woman. I'm sorry. I'm not for hitting people. No one. Woman, child, I don't give a frick. Don't hit people. But in this scenario, you best be pulling out your Glock 17 out of the mailbox you got stowed away because gosh darn it if you're going to let this happen to your house. If I will literally at least restrain her. That's the least I could do to protect my property. Because the cops were called, and they'll get to that next. But if anything, I'll at least try and stop her from breaking my stuff. Because she's in your house. You can legally detain her. Even if you don't have to hit her or nothing. But you could stop her. I don't know why they just let this happen.
She burned his birth certificate, social security card, and suit.
So she got his birth certificate and his social security number. Both are vital to your identity, and they're both just destroyed. And can you even get another version of those? Like, because they won't ever hold it to the original, but whatever. But that's just insane. And the fact that she knew where they were either goes to show that either the boyfriend doesn't know how to keep his stuff hidden, or that's how long and close they were, because she had access to his most vital documents. And I don't see, especially like now, how he could just let that happen because he had to know she was in the house. She broke in. He's recording. He was there. You were telling me that he legit just watched her take his social security number, his bank info, his birth certificate, and just burn it. Protect that in the least. I mean, come on.
Broken glass everywhere. She broke every window she could. He called the police 6 times, begging for help. Not one time did he lay a hand on her as she destroyed his home in front of his eyes. She broke his monitor, computer, keyboard, and a mattress.
Before I go rag on the police for a second, she destroyed the monitor and the PC, bro. I'm crying. I mean, come on, you might as well take my PlayStation and Xbox too. I'm literally on the floor dying. But aside from that, she broke every window she could find. He called the police 6 times, and they didn't come, which I find insanely hard to believe unless he was just like, hey, yo, 911? Yeah, what's your emergency? Yeah, my girlfriend's here. She's breaking stuff. Oh, that's not really that bad. Well, we'll send someone over. I would have called the cops screaming to the top of my lungs. There's this crazy female. I don't know if she's even a female at this point. A freaking monster just wrecking my house. She burned my social security number and my freaking birth certificate. I'm literally a nobody. Please help me, please. And like, how? I mean, police have some really good or bad response times sometimes, but I don't think the police could get a call like that and be like, oh, let's just put it on hold. Just put him on hold. She literally destroyed his house. And I almost thought this was staged because of how much destruction she caused. Because I'm like thinking to myself, there's no way any person with half a brain cell could just let this happen to their house. But apparently, I guess he does have a brain because this is real. I don't see how it's real, but it's real.
As she smashed the shower, she laughed and said, "Oh, that was so pretty," taunting him. She put a total of 71 holes and dents into the wall. Ripped wallpaper and more broken glass. Even more broken windows and glass.
She literally raided and ransacked this man's house like the IRS going after some dude that hasn't paid taxes in the last 10 years. She literally was like a tornado of destruction and blubber. She literally came through like a tsunami, but a whale got flipped on top of the building or something. She literally just was a tidal wave of destruction, and all this dude thinks to do is call the cops and sit there and watch her with a phone in his hand recording. I mean, yes, this is going to rack up a ton of views, but gosh darn it, what are 1 million views to your destroyed house?
This is where she broke in at after being bonded out of jail. Those are her orange jail shoes. My brother and our mom were out getting an emergency order of protection. After breaking in, she did even more damage to the house.
So not only was this woman in jail, but you were out getting a protection order. Are you serious? And this is where the story kind of loses me, because I'm under the presumption that his friend is just at the house and she broke in while the friend was at the house watching it while they were getting the protection order, and she started breaking stuff when the friend was watching. But earlier in the video he said that the boyfriend didn't put his hands on her, which I'm assuming that he was at the house present. So this is where the story kind of gets shaky and I kind of get like skeptical. But either situation, I'm like, bro, if my best friend who he's watching this video, he knows if I had a crazy ex and I told him, hey yo bro, if she comes in my house, I want you to wreck her, my boy would wreck her. Because heck, I'm not gonna just let my friend take a picture and be done with it. Boy, protect my house. I mean, you either gotta be the worst best friend or the best friend or the most patient best friend, because God knows my friend would not just let my house get destroyed.
Broken TVs, and she flipped the table. Destroyed the cabinets and the oven. She then flooded the basement. When they got back, there was 3 inches of water. To top it off, she smashed his windshield.
She literally took a tour of the house like a white person in Africa. She literally went to every destination and took something. She took this man's wallpaper. She took this man's car windshield. She took this man's kitchen, which definitely needs to be renovated. I'm actually glad she destroyed that. That kitchen was ugly as crap. But aside from that, she literally went to every room. And this house is not small. And she managed to break something in every room. She even flipped the gosh darn table. Probably sat on it. She literally destroyed everything in her path. And all the friend could possibly do is watch. I'm literally sad for him, because I literally could not imagine losing every single room in the house. There is nowhere he can even sleep. She destroyed his mattress. He's sleeping on the floor in glass. This poor man.
He is absolutely crushed. I created a coffin to help with damages. His birthday is the 4th, and I would love to surprise him.
Now, this right here is the most skeptical part for me, because there is enough evidence to literally not only put her in jail, but have her put in jail and have himself compensated for everything she broke. And even though this broke woman might not have anything, seeing as she was in jail before, I'd rather her be in debt to me for the rest of my life and have a GoFundMe than just have a GoFundMe. Because GoFundMes, yeah, sure, they can come in clutch sometimes. But in this case, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would be thinking like me, like, why the heck didn't you stop her? But that's the end of that video, or at least that's all I could find. And it's just sad. I find this to be sad because in today's standards, I mean, hitting a woman is seen as never good, and sure, I abide by that. You shouldn't really hit women ever in any situation. But in a situation like this, it'd be insanely justified if somebody started beating on this person to stop her from causing thousands, tens of thousands dollars worth of damage. He literally has to replace every room in his house. The kitchen, the car, the bedroom, Everything. The bathroom, she destroyed everything in his house, and all this dude can do is start a GoFundMe. That's the sad part. So yeah, that's my video. I was just surfing Reddit. This made me infuriated, and I hope it did made you infuriated too. And just let me give you words of advice. If your girlfriend ever pulls up to your house and starts acting crazy like this, I don't care what you do. You justify it in however the night ends that way. Just don't let this happen to you. This isn't okay. It's not okay for him, not okay for her, not okay for the friend. Nobody should have to go through this, and nobody should be willing to do this to another person. I'll be covering more topics like this of people going crazy and destroying their lovers' crap. But I really do find this content enjoyable because I love ragging on people like this. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.